What is up, Diecast collectors? This is OBB, the Diecast news guy, bringing you all with another NASCAR Diecast review. And today, this is actually a diecast I picked up from my good friends at 07 Race Collectibles, which was a diecast dealer that was in when I used to reside in New York. Do love going to that place, and I do miss it. And hopefully, if I end up going to New York in the not so distant future, I'll definitely visit there again. But today, it's on the diecast that I had plans of reviewing this car for quite a while, but since you guys love the me mixing up with the next gen reviews and the classic diecast reviews. This one, hard to believe, by next year, it'll already be 10 years since this car will be running, and it is on Kasey Kahne's 2013 Pepsi Max Zero Sugar, or Zero Calories, whatever you want to call it, Chevrolet SS for Henry Motorsports. Yeah, what a pretty unique looking paint scheme, guys. I mean, if you guys are familiar with the Pepsi Max sponsorship, they used to sponsor Jeff Gordon very heavily, but for this year in particular, they decided, heck, we're going to sponsor Kasey Kahne because why not? The ladies love him, and heck, I'm sure the soda drinkers are going to love him as well. But I really do love the paint scheme on this, guys. I mean, it's such a really unique color combination that you really haven't seen anywhere else with the Pepsi car. And heck, it looks pretty darn good on this 5 car, I will say that. Let's go ahead and kick off this diecast review in the official unboxing of Kasey Kahne's 2013 Pepsi Max car. And alrighty, guys, we got this diecast out of its box, and man, let me tell you what, guys. I mean, usually a lot of Kasey Kahne paint schemes kind of come off, especially in his Hendrick days, usually come off as pretty simple and pretty plain Jane. The farmer's car and the Great Clips car. But then you got this car right here, the Pepsi Max car, which is pretty much well known for Jeff Gordon. I mean, we all know that Pepsi Max car that he pretty much drove for like a few years or so. I mean, Jeff Gordon and Pepsi is just like a great combination, but it was cool, kind of cool that they kind of split the sponsorship up. I mean, and then of course you got Dale Jr. with the Mountain Dew sponsorship as well. But this is such a cool, I personally, in my opinion, this looks way better than the Jeff Gordon car, just because there's an actual cool looking paint scheme. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, the Jeff Gordon Pepsi Max car is cool, but just they kept using the same scheme over and over, and it did transition well from the Gen 5 car to the Gen 6 car. As you guys know, that this was the first year with the Gen 6 cars, so of course, Lino actually did a pretty good job for what they were offering for the Gen 6 cars, since it was only their 3rd year in making NASCAR diecast for the full season. But and we actually had diecast out by February. Man, there were some great times we had with Lionel, but back to what I said, guys, this paint scheme is a lot more better. It has a lot more color to it. And it's a shame he only ran this car once, which was at the, I believe, the August Michigan race, which I think he did got a top 10 finish out of this. So pretty cool. I believe that this car was supposed to return in 2014, but I guess the Aquafina car actually ran instead, which, if you guys remember that car, that is from a very, very early NASCAR Authentics wave when Lionel first bought out Lionel, the NASCAR Authentics line. So I don't think I've reviewed that car yet, so maybe that would be a good car to follow this up on. But yeah, this paint scheme, man, is so much better than the Jeff Gordon car because of just how the blue. I think there's just a lot more blue and vibrancy that goes on with this car, because when you think of Pepsi, you think of blue, and they really did a good job with this. I see the logos are pretty kind of crooked right here, but still is pretty nice. But you definitely see this car starting to show its age a little bit with the this is actually not really high as you see the pixels are the decals are kind of pixelated, but not everything was high definition back then. This I actually don't mind, all right. But if we had this type of decal quality now, I mean, we kind of do with the the what was it, Wave 3 and Wave 5 for NASCAR Authentics 2022. But at a time like this, I'm pretty satisfied with the product. And who misses the Chevrolet SS cars, guys? I mean, I don't think they really were my favorites. I mean, they kind of look like, aren't they basically like a Chevrolet SS? Isn't that like basically like a Malibu, basically, if I'm not mistaken? So that was a weird thing that they went, going from the Impala to the SSs. But I'm glad they went to the Camaros. I think they look a lot better. But heck, who does like a nice little round front, if you know what I mean? But I do like the Saint finish on this, guys. It has like a nice mixture of like it's not really glossy, but it's like a matte Saint finish. And then you see, I love like the red accents on this car, like see where the I guess you say where the little crevice is right here. This paint scheme the Pepsi did a really good job creating this paint scheme, guys, for Henry Motorsports. I mean, this is such a really nicely detailed wrapped car, Pepsi Max, and you got the big old Farmers Insurance logo. But you see we've got like a little bit like a mosaic design right here in the background, with like hints of blue and different shades of like purple. Really, really vibrant, guys, compared to the Jeff Gordon car, which just has, it's just mostly just like pretty much dark blue and black with like some outlines for the flames. And like those are like dark blue as well. So it's not really the prettiest car. This one I think looks a lot better than the Jeff Gordon car, in my opinion, just because, just look at it, man. Just look at it. I mean, this is what I consider a good-looking Pepsi car, guys. Now, don't get me wrong. Jeff Gordon had some cool Pepsi cars, but the Pepsi Max cars, you know, they were okay. Not my favorites. But speaking of that, well, I don't even know what happened to Pepsi Max. I believe from what either they discontinued it or I think they rebranded it, because isn't just Pepsi Max just what, like Pepsi with just 0 calories and 0 sugar? I think that's what they renamed it to. I don't know what's max, what's so max about that, but heck, I'm not really the biggest fan of Pepsi. I know I probably pissed off a lot of Pepsi fans, but I don't care. I do love my do though, so it kind of seems like that they kind of that this whole mosaic design, they kind of got inspired with the Dale Jr. Diet Dr. Do car. You guys remember that little design with the little mountains and all that? It kind of seems like that kind of rubbed off onto this paint scheme. If that's the case, man, that's a good follow-up for this car. But yeah, dude, I mean, it's kind of I would say a pretty rare car to find now. I mean, especially since, you know, Kasey Kahne, you know, he mostly just does World of Outlaws now. But by the way, if you guys are looking forward to some World of Outlaws reviews, I might actually review some 2021 diecast very soon. Kasey Kahne would be a good hint of what's to come for that. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say about this diecast, guys. So yeah, it's pretty cool that, you know, we got ourselves a nice little throwback number 5 right here. So appreciate you guys for tuning in on this diecast review. This is going to wrap it up right here for the Kasey Kahne 2013 Pepsi Max 0 sugar or calories, what you want to call it, Chevrolet SS 400 Motorsports. Comment, like, subscribe. This has been OBB. Hope you guys, you know, stay maximized with your Pepsi, and I will see you guys next time on another diecast review. And good Lord, why am I so punny?